I believe I heard this story last weekend, or this past weekend. So, imagine you're in Paris, okay, you're visiting, you're going to your normal tourist attractions. Maybe you live there. I've gotten a few listens from Paris. Holla at your boy. So you're in Paris, you see the tower, you see all that good stuff, and then you go to a zoo on this particular day. Alright, you're walking by your rhinoceroses and giraffes and your wild cats, those crazy lions and whatnot, but you start hearing these shrieks or screeches. I don't know. Yeah, these shrieks, these animal shrieks, your average monkey noise. And you're like, oh, well, that's weird. I must be getting close to the monkey exhibit. So you keep walking, and you walk up to the baboon exhibit, and you hear all these baboon noises, but there's no baboons. So you have a little predicament. You turn around, and there, if you would have been in the Paris Zoo on this particular day, you would have seen 52, I think you pronounce it Guinea, baboons running around. Now, besides obvious reasons, this is why this is a terrible it's a terrible situation to be in. So 52 baboons escaped their captivity. Alright? And this is why that's a problem. Besides them being wild animals loose in a park or zoo. So they can weigh anywhere from 29 to about 58 pounds. Problem number one. So if you have something about 50 pounds on top of you, messing with you, that's never fun. They also run 25 to 30 miles per hour, as has been reported. Just put that in context. Usain Bolt, when he ran his 9.58, he was running at about 30 miles per hour. Now think of you. You're not running like Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt's going to have a hard time running from these things. Because they're considered dog monkeys. That's what they've been. That's what like the slang for baboon is. And then it's also been reported that by different studies that they're like any kind of ape or monkey, they range from being 3.5 to 5 times stronger than a man. But there's been more conservative articles that say they're about 1.5 times. They have about 1.5 times the strength of a man. So that's a problem there too. And the reason that there's that idea of monkeys, apes being stronger than man is, well, besides the fact that they are, is that they have a muscular advantage. Okay? Their muscle fibers, they have their muscular contractions just like we do. But the things that control the muscles, the things that send the message down to the muscles, say, hey, contract, there's a difference there. So it is hypothesized by different animal biologists and people that study monkeys and primates that the reason for this is because they have these things, there's these things called motor units, and these biologists believe that monkeys and primates, the particular study that I'm talking about, the chimpanzee, that they have fewer of these things called motor units. And now a motor unit is whenever, so say you have a muscle, okay? You have your bicep, for example, okay? So there's little tiny muscle fibers that make up that muscle, okay? And then within that muscle, there's also these things called motor units that from the central nervous system sends messages down to those motor units, and the motor units innervates these muscle fibers to contract. Now, we as humans have more of these things called motor units, so we have more control on how much muscle contracts. But monkeys and primates, since it's hypothesized that if they were to have fewer motor units, they would have they would be using more of the muscle than they would actually need. And therefore they're going to be contracting more of their muscle than we would be able to. So when I pick up a water bottle, where I curl it up like I would a dumbbell, I'm not going to be using as much muscle as I would be if I were curling a 40-pound dumbbell. Okay, so I'm going to be, my central nervous system is going to be telling more motor units to, hey, we need to get more muscle into this, versus the water bottle. It's like, tell a few motor units, hey, let's get this water bottle up. This guy needs a drink. So that's the thing with baboons, and that's why you hear this thing about why they're stronger. That's one of the hypothesi. I don't know how you do it, how you would say that, but that's one idea for it. So that was the baboon story.